So here I have my Meepo board V3. Then some of the flaws of it are, you see these screws are popping out too much. It's like all over the place. This one's the best so far. These are good. These are popping out. Then these are popping out as well. Here I got some other boards, Wowgo 2S, Ownboard W1s, and Meepo AWD GT. Then that's how I like it. It's all flush. And this on the 1S Ownboard flush. Then here on the AWD GT, it's even better. It's all the way inside. I'll put them down to show it better. So that's all of them flat. Here I'll show it again. You see how it's popping out? This one's flush. This one's flush. And these are flush. So I'll try to fix this. Then the second issue is at the bottom. Like you see, it's hard to see on the camera, but the gaps are pretty big. Over there on the back side, same thing. Here it's pretty big as well. And then on the back, and then on these boards don't have the issue. Well, this one I'm fixing it, changing the ECU. And then these all have LEDs, but as you can see, they're flush. There's no gaps at all. And same thing on the AWD. It's all over the same. But this one is bad. I'm gonna fix this. When I bought my Wowgo 2S, they gave these foam things which could put under the case replacement, but in this case Meepo didn't send anything. But we'll improvise. We'll use the shipping box that we got. Then there's the foam. We'll use this. It's pretty thick and it's good. And then we can use the key that they included to unscrew this. The foam is waterproof. I got some water and then we'll pour it. You see it's still there. Doesn't go anywhere. And just pour it out. And it's dry here. And even if we put it on the side like this, it doesn't go in. Dry. Okay, let's begin unscrewing it. Just use this tool, set it on, spin it up. You can unplug the battery just to be safe. Same thing here. So when I bought the board, I had 54 kilometers. Right now I have before. So I drove 30 kilometers in total, and that's a lot of trash. Save your ECU. This is bad. So here it is pretty loose itself, and this one's a little bit better, but still loose. A lot of trash. Okay. On a good note though, the battery enclosure is pretty good compared to that one. I don't know if this is from the factory. I'm sorry. I don't know if that's from the factory, but it'll work. It's okay. Here's the battery. It's only 4 amps. That's the standard version. I can easily swap it with my Wowgo battery. The size looks the same, and it's easy to replace. So I'll just use a vacuum to clean it. The water's clean here. I'll just use a bleach wipe to clean it up. Now take that foam and a knife and cut like 1/2 inch strips or 1/4. Then just cut them in half. Just eyeball it. You will need 4 of them, and you can make one a bit wider. Then you can place them on the battery enclosure. Just test it out if it'll sit well. And then as you can see here, it needs to be wider. I'll change it later. Make sure you connect the battery. Now just close the battery enclosure and watch the wires. Take that foam that you cutted previously and place it under the battery enclosure. And just make sure it sits well. And do that for the back and front. Then just screw it on. Then you see how it's closing, so it's good. And then just tighten it as a car wheel. Put the pressure equally on both sides. By fixing one problem, I fixed 2 problems, and then the screws on the back are much better. Then you can tighten it even more to have it more inside. Now do the exact same thing for the ESC. And swatch the wires once again and close it. And then as you can see here, once again, the foam was too thin, so I cut a wider one. This should be much better. Now you can test it if it works, if it turns on, just to be safe before you screw it on. And do the same thing as with the battery enclosure. This looks much better now compared to when it came in the box. It's flush. And then same thing with the battery enclosure. Except this one, it's a little bit too far in, but it's okay. It's better than it's sticking out. Then we can tighten those a bit more as well. And just grab a knife or an X-Acto knife and just trim it. Just take your time with this part because that's how it will look. And then I just took out the blade. It's much easier to work with. And just go along the enclosure. It cuts pretty easily. Then just trim the little pieces that are left to make it look clean. Then do the same exact thing to the rest of the foam pieces. And that's how it looks like when it's done. It's flush, so it's good, and nothing should get in there. And same thing with the back. I left a little piece under the wire just to be safe, but it's not noticeable, so it's okay. Then you can tighten these up because they were pretty loose out of the box. So yeah, just do the same thing at the front and back. Just make sure you don't tighten it too much, just like a bit more than it was, because mine was too loose. Now, here's the finished product. Everything looks good. It sits much deeper, then these are flush, just how I like it. Same thing with the other boards. It's flush. Thanks for watching. If you got any other tips on how to fix it, let me know. Then I'll do an update video about this later. Have it hold up.